Hello and welcome back to On The Rocks. Hope you're all doing well today and looking forward to today's episode as we take on St Johnstone in the league, but then we follow it up with the second leg against Barcelona in the Champions League first knockout round, where we currently hold a 2-1 advantage. If you missed yesterday's episode where we beat them 2-1, link on top of the screen right now to go back to that one, because I highly recommend you watch it given the extraordinary circumstances in which we beat Barcelona. But if you're here for today's episode, make sure you do drop a like on it for me, subscribe to the channel if you're new around here, and leave a comment down below for the YouTube algorithm. Now, since you were last here for the 1-1 draw with Rangers and that 2-1 victory over Barcelona, we have played 4 games, drawn 1 and won 3. After a great win against Barcelona, we played terribly against Hearts and got a 0-0 draw, which was not ideal for us. However, at the same time, Celtic and Rangers played and got a 1-1 draw, so it didn't actually really affect us at all, that 0-0. It just meant we stayed the same amount of points away from Celtic and Rangers. Speaking of Rangers, we played them at home in the following game, and Nisbet, Taylor and Lacruz scored 3 goals to ensure we won 3-0, inflicting Rangers' first defeat on them this season, which was fantastic. We then ended up beating Bora Rangers in the Scottish Cup quarter-final, Harry Storm with a hat-trick in that game, before thrashing Livingston 5-0, Damien Wood and Dale Taylor both picking up some braces in that game to ensure, well, in fact, Dale Taylor with a hat-trick in that game to ensure we won it 5-0. So, as you can see, clean sheets in every single game, and we scored a good amount of goals as well, so pretty happy with that one. As you can see from the league table, we are looking very comfortable at the top right now. We are 8 points clear of Rangers, who are below us, and then look at the, I need to do some maths here, how far ahead are we of Celtic now, who are just playing abysmally at the moment? 17 points clear of Celtic. There's not a hope in hell that Celtic are catching us up. They even have a game in hand on us. Despite that, they are not going to catch us up. Celtic have just been atrocious this season and actually could be overtaken by Hibs if they don't get their act together. But of course, we're not too fussed about anything right now. We're playing St Johnstone in the league. They are in the relegation zones, or the relegation playoff zone, I should say, right now. A nice win for us here to start off today's episode. Gives us a chance to rotate the lineup a little bit and have a look at some of the youngsters playing in the team. We've got Fuentalba in goal, who is actually really improving. If we compare him now with Bazunu, it's getting closer and closer between the two of them. Obviously, shot-stopping Bazunu's better. Physically, he's slightly better. Aerially, he's slightly better. Communication is slightly better. But Fuentalba is really catching up rapidly to the point where next season he might be the #1 choice. The backline will be made up of Owusu, Mike Taggart, Herrera and Norton Cuffy, Robert Dodau and Tam Lumper in the middle, with Jez Finley on the left, Borges on the right, Damien Wood as that deep lying forward, and Harry Storm as the advance forward. Quite a young, inexperienced lineup out there, but we need to play them in games like this because they need to get some match experience, and hopefully it all makes them better. So as kickoff is upon us here today, I'm hoping to see plenty of goals from our young players. Hopefully I'm going to see Tambut Lumper get plenty of assists and all sorts of things like that as Norton Cuffy plays it into Tambut Lumper, back to Norton Cuffy, the ball in the middle, not quite the greatest thing in the world as St Johnstone clear it out from the back, but only as far as Fuentalba, who we really need to start giving a little bit more game time to, but I want to trust Bazunu in the big games, but the only reason, or the only way Fuentalba is going to really massively improve is by playing in the big games. So at some point there's going to have to be a changing of the guard where Fuentalba starts to play the big games, like the Barcelona games, although he won't play this Barcelona game because Bazunu is better. Annoyingly, 25 minutes into the game, I think Robert Dodau picked up a knock, so we might just take him off in a minute to protect him from any further long-term injuries, as Fuentalba makes a very dramatic save there from a bit of a weird cross. He clears the ball out from the back, but it only goes as far as St Johnstone players, as Robert Dodau can't really do much with that one. I think we will take him off in a moment not to get any more injuries. Owusu clears up towards Damien Wood, and Damien Wood on the ball gets it out to Jez Finley. Jez Finley shoots. Jez Finley scores a cracking goal, and something is going mental in my trousers. It's my phone. It's the One Football app telling me that Jez Finley has just scored an absolute cracker in On The Rocks as Aberdeen go 1-0 up against St Johnstone. Of course, the One Football app sponsoring today's video, the best football app out there to keep up to date with all of the latest footballing news and live scores from around the world. So if you've not done so already, would massively appreciate it if you guys could download it from the top line of the description for absolutely free, as it really helps me and the channel and Jez Finley out. But now that that's been done, Robert Dow is going to come off the pitch. Let's get him off for another youngster, Harry Winks. Harry Winks is 30 years old in this save. He is certainly the oldest player in the team, I think. I think he's older than Nisbet. Start of the second half, and Jez Finley with another chance to try and score a goal. He drags it just wide off the post, unfortunately. But this definitely is the youngest, most inexperienced line we've put out for a long time this season. I think other than, obviously, Harry Winks on the pitch right now, I think they're all teenagers. Carlos Borges, how old is he? He's 21. So they're probably 21 and under, all of them. Most of them being teenagers, which is pretty impressive, I must say, to have all teenagers playing at this level of football. Norton Cuffy on it right now. Into Tam Lumper, back to Norton Cuffy. Puts it in the middle. Harry Storm, Jez Finley. Damien Wood is there to get his third of the season. You love to see it. Bounces around the area and it somehow gets turned away. So I must say, I'm feeling very confident. You know, we can smash the league. The league is just ours for the taking nowadays, as Jez Finley's going to come off for Thad McRae there, as you can see. You know, we can play teenagers and comfortably beat teams like St Johnstone and stuff like that. So for me, every season we have to be looking to win the league title and trying to rotate the team as much as possible to improve the players for the big time. The games, such as the games coming up next. Jez Finley's agent wants to get him a new contract, and apparently Stuttgart are interested in Jez Finley. His contract runs out at the end of next season. As you can see, he is wanted by only on loan from Stuttgart, actually, not as a transfer. However, I am more than happy to give Jez a new contract. So, start negotiations with him. Squad player. He wants a huge wage rise. He's on like £500 at the moment. So, 4.5 is a big wage rise. We're going to get rid of this release fee clause. We do not want to have that in there. And let's get rid of these things as well to prevent him earning any more money down the line. Let's get him on a 5-year deal instead. And he's come back saying he wants all sorts of stuff, which I'll be honest, I'm kind of happy to give him, although maybe not $6.5 grand a week. 5.25 on a 5-year deal. Appearance fee is he's getting a good contract here, is Jez Finley. A very good contract. It's indicative of how much we're earning now. He's one of the first young players to get a new contract. So they're all going to want this sort of money at some point. So this is just like preparation, I guess. But let's offer him that. 5.5 on a 5-year deal. 5.75 on a 5-year deal. He's happy with that. You love to see it. So congratulations, Jez. I think you have just 10 times your earnings per week, but you're worth it. At least I hope you are. You know, hopefully down in the long run, you'll be worth it. But obviously, up next, Barcelona. Barcelona. I can't believe it. Obviously, it's been a few weeks since we last played them. I think in that time, loads of other stuff has happened in the Europa League and the Europa Conference League, so we'll catch up on that in a moment. And when I say in a moment, I mean right now. So these are the results from that first leg, yesterday's episode. Obviously, it's all in the balance in most of these games. In the Europa League, though, Celtic managed to get through on away goals against Borussia Mönchengladbach, which is very, very good. Ajax ended up winning 4-0 against Hoffenheim, but lost 7-5 on aggregate, which is good for us. So that's a Dutch team out of the Europa League. And then Porto drew 0-0, but have gone through 3-0 on aggregate, so that's obviously not quite so good for us. What that means is that Celtic and Rangers are both still in the Europa League. We have very tough draws against Napoli and Porto, whereas, where are they on? Can I not see a Portuguese team here? Oh, Porto, obviously, playing against Rangers. So Rangers need to beat Porto to make sure we beat them in coefficient points. And then in the Europa League, unfortunately, RZ got through. Unfortunately, Feyenoord got through. Unfortunately, Utrecht got through. And unfortunately, Rio Ave got through. So all teams we didn't want to go through got through. And annoyingly, PSV are also in the second knockout round of the Europa Conference League because they won their group. So 4 Dutch teams here. I can see PSV beating Malmo. I can see Utrecht beating Apoel, but hopefully Brighton and Wolfsburg do us some favours, as Atalanta hopefully do us some favours by beating Rio Ave. Ideally, we need to see the Portuguese teams gone so they don't get any more coefficient points, and we need the Scottish teams to go through so we do get more coefficient points so we can overtake Portugal. Currently we're on 47.6, they're on 48, so fingers crossed we can get past them. Looks like the Dutch are too far ahead with all of their teams left in the Europa Conference League, so unless we end up winning the Champions League, or Celtic end up winning, or Rangers end up winning the Europa League, I don't think we'll be overtaking the Dutch in coefficient points this season. So for this game against Barcelona, obviously we need to play our counter-attacking style of play, and also we need to go and actually put a proper team in place. And to do that, I think I'll just quick pick it to start off with, because I don't have a team saved actually on here, which is a bit poor. I need to do that at some point. However, due to injuries and suspension, so Didao is injured, Ben Knight is injured, Storm is injured, Diaz injured, La Cruz has got a suspension, so that's 5 players missing already. For me, that back line of Admilson, Caio Henrique and Torres is good. I'd rather have Suva playing instead of Herrera though. Because of the midfielders who are injured, that back line, Tamat Lumper and Ferguson are fine. Norton, Cuffy and Borges on the wings is not ideal, but we're going to have to deal with it for now, with Gordon just in front and Taylor as that complete forward. For me, that is probably going to be as good as it gets right now. Tempted to maybe swap Ferguson with Campbell, actually. I just think he's slightly better, particularly when we're trying to be a little bit more defensive. And actually what we might do is just bring these guys down from attack to support. I mean, Borges really cannot play on that left. Can anyone play there on the left-hand side? Jez Finley kind of can. He's very tired. I think we're going to do it. Let's put Jez on as a defensive winger on support. Let's just try that and try and just hold them back. So, as kickoff is upon us here today, wow. I mean, what a moment in just the history of this save, of this club. I mean, we are 2-1 up with... every second and minute that goes by, we're just that ever so closer to getting into the knockout stages of the quarterfinals, I should say, of the Champions League. The quarterfinals, which is just mind-boggling to me. However, 20 minutes into this game, Barcelona with the first chance of it, as Kai Havertz plays it out to Ansu Fati, who can put a ball into the middle. Gavi's there, unmarked in the area. I think there could be offside here for Rashford. The assistant's put his flag up down here. He might have been offside when Gavi had the shot, so when Bazunu parried it into him, that may count as the offside still. It has been given as offside, so we've been let off there hugely. What is going on here? I mean, technically Rashford is offside there, but given that Bazunu's touched it first, I'm not quite sure if that really is an offside. But as it stands right now, we're somehow still going through to the quarterfinals 30 minutes through this game. Despite having 0 shots, we knew it was going to be an awful lot harder this game, and it's been made an awful lot harder by the fact that Gordon is now going off injured. Okay, Gordon going off injured, sorry. I'm going to bring Ferguson on. And what I might do is just bring Campbell to sit in between the defence and the midfield. Get him as a ball-winning midfielder on defend. Just sweep things up. Ferguson can stay as a playmaker on attack. We just want to... Obviously, we know it's going to be a lot harder away from home. We're not creating anything as it stands right now, as Jez Finley apparently has picked up a knock as well. Let's get him off for Nisbet, who can play on the left-hand side, apparently. But as half-time approaches, we're still doing it, apparently. We are still... I'm going to thrash my arms saying far from pleased from what I've seen, because we had 0 shots that first half. I'm actually very pleased with what I've seen, because I've seen us not concede a single goal to Barcelona away from home. And this really is mission impossible. The closer we get right now, then this is horrible. Also remember that Barcelona have that away goal, so if they just get one, they'll go through on away goals. As Taylor shoots from distance, please let that be the highlight. Please end the highlight. The highlight's finished, thank goodness. We're 20 minutes from time. 20 minutes from time. I'm not changing anything. Tamat Lump with a free kick in the middle. Suva, it's in the back of the net. Suva's got the goal, his third of the season. We've got an away goal. So Barcelona now, if they score 2 goals, it goes to extra time. They've got to score 2 goals in 13 minutes. I'm so excited. I think I've kicked a wire and sort of broken the... 1 second, I've ruined the camera. Right, I'm back. I'm moving. You can see me. 10 minutes to go in this. I can't believe this. I thought it was such a fluke that we beat Barcelona. It's definitely a fluke this time. 2 shots we've had this game. We've ended up winning it 1-0. Oh my goodness gracious me. This is one of the greatest things I've ever done in Football Manager, and it's just the Champions League first knockout rounds. This is the giant killing of all giant I cannot believe what we have just accomplished here. This is something incredibly special. I can't believe we have knocked Barcelona. I thought that would be it. That's the Champions League over. Congratulations to us. We've, got to the knockout stages, but that's going to be that. We're in the quarterfinals of the Champions League, as we've been given £0 for reaching the Scottish Cup quarterfinal, but we have been given 8.5 million for reaching the Champions League quarterfinals, which is insane. So when's the draw for the quarterfinals? Is it going to tell me the Champions League quarterfinal draw is, I think, probably going to be on the 20th after this Hamilton game. So financially, we've got £22 million in the bank now, which is very good. Not quite as high as that 45 we had at some point, but that more money might come later on. Thing is, though, we are spending a lot more money than we did back then, so we're not going to be able to save as much, essentially. How did Celtic and Rangers get on? Well, Celtic won 2-0 against Napoli, but Porto beat Rangers. But that was at Porto's place, so hopefully Rangers in the home leg will do a lot better. In the Conference League, we're looking out for all the Dutch teams, aren't we? So AZ lost to Brighton 1-0. Wolfsburg beat Feyenoord. Malmo and PSV drew. And Utrecht won 3-0 annoyingly. But Atalanta beat Rio Ave, which is good. Have the coefficient points been given or anything like that? Scotland. Oh, we're on 48.4 now. And we are now ahead of the Portuguese on 48.3. So we got some huge coefficient points for getting to the quarterfinals. So if things stay as they are right now, we will go into 7th place. The Dutch will go into 6th place and the Portuguese drop to 8th place. And I don't think that actually changes anything too much. No, it changes nothing for us in terms of qualification places. But if we get to 6th place, that's when we get some extra Champions League places. Oh, I tell you what. Let's just do Hamilton on camera right now, and then we can get through to the Champions League draws. Why not? Let's get an extra game in there. Although, actually, looking at the time, I need to go and pick my car up from its MOT. So you'll see this in a second, but I've got to go and get my car, so this will be like half an hour for me, probably. Right, so back from getting my car's MOT'd, and it passed, nothing wrong with the car, it's fine, so a very cheap MOT for me. This then is the lineup that hopefully we're beating Hamilton today. Fuentalba obviously starts in goal, he needs the game time, and so do Portilla, Herrera and Taggart, they need to improve, so hopefully they'll do very well alongside Torres. Winks and McLumper start in the middle with La Cruz and Borges on the wings, with Thad and Nisbet leading the line. This really would be the most TomFM thing now for us to beat Barcelona and then lose to Hamilton, which I can feel happening, if I'm honest to you, as Winks gets a nice challenge in there. Nisbet out to Borges, who can just use his pace to get past everyone. Unfortunately, not enough pace. That number 2 kept up with him nicely. Odoffin. We might look to sign him because he's very, very fast if he can keep up with Borges and his 17 pace or so. But La Cruz in the middle, a good challenge there from Warner to stop it going through to one of our strikers, and it stays 0-0. In the meantime, Rangers are playing Motherwell. They're drawing 0-0, they're winning 1-0 now. Celtic playing St Johnstone. Hopefully St Johnstone will cause them to slip up once again. Thing is though, even if Rangers win and we draw, we'll still be 6 points clear of them. We are sitting in such a great place right now. What it does mean is that potentially we could be in for the bottle job of all bottle jobs if we end up losing the league title now. However, it's looking pretty comfortable as we go 1-0 up there. I think Borges got the goal in that one. Borges puts it across to Harry Winks. It's a bit of a searching ball, to be fair, but it's a great return, and Borges just tipped it in past the keeper. Celtic now 2-0 up against St Johnstone, so maybe no sort of upset there, whereas Rangers are 3-0 up against Motherwell. So by the looks of things, the top 3 all picking up 3 points today. But again, that's fine for us because we're playing very well right now. 8 points clear of Rangers as it stands. Still 17 points clear of Celtic. Hopefully Celtic and Rangers can find really good form in the Europa League though. We want them both to go really, really far. And if they both go really, really far, it means more coefficient points for us, as Hamilton have a free kick on the edge of the area, which is put in the back of the net. McLumper's looking very tired. Let's get him off for Ferguson. But like I said, the most TomFM thing would be to beat Barcelona and then not be able to beat Hamilton. And it's happening right now, unfortunately. We might look to bring on some stronger players in the attacking positions, as with 20 minutes to go or so, Thad is going to come off, swapping with Nisbet and bring Taylor on instead. And maybe Jez Finley on the left-hand side because Lacruz not playing particularly well. Free kick for Hamilton. Please don't score, Hamilton. They've not scored yet as Taylor gets on the end of a loose ball, uses his pace to play it into Borges, who's got even more pace to do nothing. Absolutely nothing. Carlos. We really need Ben Knight back ASAP because he would be doing so much better in that situation. As Torres now into Borges. Borges into Taylor. Taylor scores. Is it offside? No, apparently not. Dale Taylor gets the goal. You love to see it. It's 24th of the season in all competitions. He's been fantastic this season. Not offside at all, actually. Not offside at all. You love to see it. So with 10 minutes to go, we are back leading this game, which is lovely to see. Motherwell pegging Rangers back slightly, but nothing really to worry about there, unfortunately. Winks to put a ball into the middle. If we can make it 3-1, that would be great. Ferguson can't quite keep his shot down. But let's not talk too soon. We have got a minute left of normal time before added time's put on. But actually, we've come away with the ball there nicely. Taylor, cross it. Jez Finley scores the goal. If we didn't score that, I'd be very, very cross. But that was a superb counter-attack from us there, utilising all the pace that we have in that front three there. Brilliant stuff from both of those, and fantastic work from Jez to just break free of everyone and actually have the composure to finish that, because that's not an easy one to finish. And so as the clock ticks down, it is just about full time here. You love to see it. A nice 3-1 victory there. We stay 8 points clear of Rangers, and we are looking very comfortable to win another league title, our second league title, after losing it agonisingly on the final day of the season last season. This season looks a little more comfortable, particularly if we beat Rangers, or Celtic, sorry, in our next game. We won't be doing Celtic in the next episode though. Next episode will be both legs of the Champions League quarter-final either side of that Hamilton Scottish Cup semi-final game, so plenty of cup games coming up next time. Now we just need to go forward to find out who we're actually going to play there. We've also had the youth intake come through, and the youth intake looked absolutely dreadful. This is the worst youth intake we have had by a long way. All of these guys are rubbish. I mean, 3 stars not the worst, but they are squad players at best by the time they're 24. I don't think any of these players are going to be wanted by anyone on the Patreon, unfortunately. If you want to get involved in the Patreon, link down in the description to get involved with that one, but I can't imagine anyone wanting any of these players. I mean, to be fair, we have been spoilt so far with absolutely incredible players coming through. Tamat Lumpa is obviously the pick of those players. He's just done incredibly well since he joined the club. Jim McBangold is a decent one as well. He's on loan at Queen's Park right now. He's got 10 goals for the season, and he also has 4.5 stars off. 10 goals for the season? Oh, 10 assists. I'm going to say 10 goals for the season as a CDM. 10 assists, that's fantastic as a CDM, to be fair. So as the Champions League semi-final and quarter-final draws are upon us, I think entering a semi-final draw is a little bit ambitious, but we did just beat Barcelona, fair and square, 3-1 on aggregate, so anything is possible. Anything. This is a route to the final. Like, we have to take ourselves seriously. If we can beat Barcelona, there's a very good chance that we could actually get to the final. Although we don't actually really know how good Barcelona are. I mean, actually, looking at this, they've not got past the quarterfinals since this save file started. So actually, they're not that good. They're not as good as maybe you'd think they should be. But I just like how it says lost to United, lost to Liverpool, lost to PSG, lost to Juventus, lost to Aberdeen. I love that. But personally, I am absolutely over the moon with how well we've done. So here we go. Let's view the draw for the quarterfinal. So you can see the teams down here next to me. Aberdeen, Atletico, Borussia Dortmund, Bayern Munich, Man City, Milan, who are the current holders of the competition, Tottenham and Villa. If we get Villarreal, I'm backing us. I'm backing us all the way if we get Villarreal. Villarreal, please be Aberdeen. Please be Aberdeen. It's Bayern Munich, you hate to see it. But actually, it's quite good we've avoided them. Out of the teams left, I wouldn't... We've played Tottenham before, haven't we? We've played Tottenham before. I'm sure we have done. And I think we did. We lost to them, didn't we? Was it last season's or the season. Yeah, last season's Europa League, we lost to them 5-2 on aggregate. So Tottenham are pretty decent, but we've improved. Maybe we could beat Tottenham. I don't think we can beat Milan given they won the competition last season. I don't think we can beat Man City seeing as they win the Premier League every single season. They're currently top of the table as it stands right now. Atletico, I think, keep winning La Liga, although Barca are actually top of the Liga right now, so maybe we could give Atletico a run for their money. Dortmund are currently second, and they've come second and third the past couple of seasons. I don't know. It's wishful thinking, right? It's wishful thinking. As Aberdeen are drawn against Man, that's probably the toughest team we could have had, to be fair. That probably is the toughest team we could have had. Have we played City before? I don't. We have. Friendlies and a Champions League. We drew 1-1 with them in the Champions League group and then lost 2-0. I still think they'll be too strong for us, but I think maybe we could be underestimating ourselves a little bit here. Either way, the semi-final draw, if we get past Man City, will be Villarreal or Bayern Munich, which I must say is the kinder side of the draw. I'd rather play these 3 teams than those 4 teams, for example, but as I say, it's a very big uphill battle. So next episode then will be Man City. That is going to be extraordinarily exciting. So thank you very much for watching. Hope you guys have enjoyed it. And of course, if you have done, make sure you do drop a like on today's video for me. Subscribe to the channel if you're new around here. And actually, Celtic, have they played their other... Oh, they did. The Europa League have also played. Porto beat Rangers, which is not good for the coefficient points. However, you love to see it. Celtic got past Napoli and they play Arsenal in the next round. What about in the Europa Conference League? If we go back, not to the season before that, we want to see the second knockout round. Portuguese side Rio Ave knocked out. You love to see it. Utrecht through, but Feyenoord knocked out. AZ knocked out. PSV through. So this is good. This is good. You know, the more Dutch teams that get knocked out, the more Portuguese teams that get knocked out, the further us and Celtic go. Hopefully, it means more coefficient points. I like how I just remember that at the very last second to do that when I see the Celtic little logo in there for next episode or next game we're playing at least. But either way, thank you very much. Make sure you do subscribe and like and comment and all that sort of good stuff. I'll see you tomorrow. Have a good one. Goodbye.